Shali Mubarak, Yali Madat everyone. My name is Nasreen. I am so excited that you're in my house here baking up a storm with me today. Honestly, like I'm super excited to be here with you guys. I want to dance, but I probably shouldn't because I don't do that very well. I do bake and I want to share with you guys this amazing recipe that is perfect for your family. Your kids can get involved in the kitchen. It's great for all ages, and honestly, who doesn't love the most perfectly dunkable biscuit cookie? That's what we're calling it. Don't come at me, that's what we're calling it. Perfectly dunkable biscuit cookies. They take a few simple ingredients, and when you're done, you're gonna have a treat that you can dip in coffee or chai, or if you're like me, you like dipping it in ice cold milk. We're gonna get started. I have everything ready, but we need to preheat our oven. So we're gonna do that. We're preheating to 325 degrees. Come with me and we're gonna do that. All right, the oven is preheating. Let's go through some of the ingredients you guys are gonna need. Basic things that you probably already have at home. You're gonna need 1 cup of salted butter. It's room temperature, so it's soft to the touch. And some white granulated sugar, so that's a cup of that. You need 2 eggs, some vanilla. I never measure vanilla, but for this recipe, let's say 1 or 2 teaspoons, okay? You're gonna need 2 teaspoons of baking powder. You need some fine ground soji or semanila, so you need about 3/4 of a cup. And then here I've got about 2/4 of a cup of white or all-purpose flour. I have not tried it with whole wheat flour or gluten-free flour, but I know people have and it works out pretty well. So 2 1/4 cup. Keep a little bit of extra flour on hand in case you need it if your dough is really, really sticky. Okay, I'm gonna share a little secret with you guys. If your butter is extra soft or it's really warm outside, then your biscuit cookies actually tend to flatten and get bigger. That might not be a bad thing. More surface area for dipping in your milk or chai. Okay, or chai. But if you like your biscuit cookies to be a little bit smaller and more rounded, then you want to use butter that's not as soft, okay? A little bit cooler, that tends to help. That's a pro baking tip from me, Nasreen. Okay, let's get baking. Hey, you need this. You need an electric hand mixer. If you don't have one, use a wooden spoon or a fork. You will still get amazing results, okay? But this is what I use. I've had it for, I don't know, 10 or 15 years, and it works just fine. Let's get baking. Okay, butter, I'm gonna add my sugar right to it, and we're gonna cream that on the mixer for about 1 minute or so until it gets nice and fluffy and white. I don't know if you're gonna hear me over the mixer, but I'm just gonna turn it on. I don't know if you can see that. So we're just gonna mix this up, I don't know, about a minute, and it'll get light and fluffy and creamy. That's it, we're good for that. Everything else just goes right in. I don't even space anything out because it's nice and easy. So we're gonna put the flour right in here. And your soji, so that's the fine ground semanila. And your 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Okay, that's it. And then we're just gonna mix it up again. Just on low here. Oh my goodness, my mixer stopped working. What's going on? Okay, there we go. We're fine. Okay, so we're just mixing that up with the mixer still. That's it, about 30 seconds or so. If you can see, it's kind of like loose in consistency. That's exactly what we want. Now we hit it with the eggs. I've taken my eggs out, so it's 2 eggs. It's better to use room temperature eggs, but if you didn't take them out of the fridge, don't worry about it. We're just gonna put both the eggs right in there and followed by your vanilla, okay? So about 1 or 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Again, I don't measure, I just pour, because I love vanilla. That's good enough, okay? Well, mix it back up with the mixer and you're gonna create a loose dough, okay? So I'm just gonna mix it up here. Just on low is fine, or medium. Okay, it's starting to come together. Now you can see it's clumping. All right, so let's take a look. At this point, I'm just gonna give it a feel. That feels perfect. As you can see, it's kind of coming out like balls of dough. It's soft, but it's not sticking to my hands, okay? I have nothing sticking on my hands, which is key. That is it. Your base biscuit cookie recipe is done. Now we hit it with the magic, and we are gonna use this exact same dough and make 4 different types of cookies that your family is gonna love. So you can please everybody. Those that like elchi or cardamom, people that like sprinkles, funfetti, we're gonna do it all. I'm just gonna go grab those ingredients and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got all the ingredients that we need for our variation. So from this same dough, I'm gonna split it into equal parts, and then we're gonna add some sparkle to all of them, okay? So the first thing that we're gonna add to the first dough, I've got some ground elchi, so about 1/4 teaspoon, and then I have some chopped nuts. So I've got pistachios and almonds here. You can use whatever nuts you want. I also have some rainbow sprinkles. Who doesn't love rainbow sprinkles? We're gonna throw this in the dough and then dip some on the top. I have my favorite coconut and jam. I'm a coconut girl and I love strawberry jam, so we're gonna use that to make some coconut jam thumbprints out of the same dough. We're not adding or changing anything here. We're just gonna mix it up. The last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make some swirls with cocoa powder and some red food coloring. You can use whatever color food coloring you want. I'm just gonna keep it simple and use pink and then the brown, and we're gonna get some chocolate, kind of like Neapolitan. Let's call them Neapolitan swirl cookies. Let's go. So I'm gonna just use this dough and we're just gonna kind of break it apart into about six sections, and I'm just gonna put them into the kind of bowls that I have. I've got a lot of bowls here, which just means a lot of dishes for my husband later. Don't tell him I said that, but I'm just gonna leave them on the sink for him. So all I'm doing is we've got the loose dough here, and I'm just separating it into different sections here, and I'm spilling as we go, but that's totally fine. Okay, so we're gonna break it apart. So I've got 3 sections here, and then I'm gonna split this part into 3 pieces because I want to be able to do some vanilla and chocolate dough, okay? So let's take a look and see. That's it, we're good. Just gonna go wash my hands. Okay, so everyone, from that base dough recipe, I've split it into a bunch of different bowls, okay? I haven't added anything to it yet, and we're just gonna dump and add, okay? So to the first bowl, I'm gonna add our ground elchi. So about 1/4 teaspoon, I'm just gonna dump it right in there. The next bowl, I'm gonna add about 2 teaspoons of rainbow sprinkles, okay? The next bowl, I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of shredded unsweetened coconut. Use sweetened coconut if you want, it's totally fine. The last few bowls, one of them, I'm just gonna leave completely plain because I want that vanilla. The second bowl, I'm gonna add about 5 or 6 drops of red food coloring. You can use green, you can use blue, you can use whatever you want. It's totally fine. And then to the other part, I'm gonna put about 1/2 tablespoon of cocoa powder. That's gonna give it a really nice chocolate flavor. Let's start mixing, okay? So I'm mixing the elchi one first. I'm not a huge elchi fan. My mom loves elchi. When I was small, she used to actually eat elchi. So I've mixed that up in there. Really simple, just do it with your hands. What we're gonna do is take about a tablespoon of dough, and we're just gonna kind of gently roll it around in my hands, and I'm gonna get it's about a ping pong size ball. I have my chopped nuts here, and all I'm gonna do is dunk it in the chopped nuts. Ready? And we're gonna gently push it to flatten it slightly, and there we go. I'm gonna slide it onto my baking tray. I forgot to talk about the baking trays earlier. You're gonna use a baking tray that's lined with parchment paper, okay? Don't use wax paper, it tends to melt a little bit in the oven, so I just find these work better. If you have silicone baking mats, you can totally use those. We're gonna actually place our cookies about 2 inches apart on the tray because they will expand. Okay, so I'm gonna do that one more time just in case you wanted to take a look. So this is with the ground elchi, ground cardamom powder, so it's gonna give it that nice kind of spice taste like in a beautiful cup of chai. And we're just gonna gently dunk it in the nuts. All right, now for the next one. This is the one we put rainbow sprinkles in. So we're gonna mush this around a bit just to get those rainbow sprinkles all inside. You can use whatever color sprinkles you want. I'm using the rainbow nonpareils, I think they're called. We're just gonna do the same thing. Now we're just gonna make a small ball in my hand, about a ping pong ball size, and I'm going to just gently dunk it in these sprinkles. Flatten it slightly, and there we go. I'll do one more of those ones, and these, when you bite into these ones, they are going to have rainbow confetti sprinkles all inside. Like, who doesn't like sprinkles? I feel like sprinkles just make literally everything better. Okay, that's good, you guys. I'm just gonna do a couple of each so you can see what's going on. Coconut. Where are the people that like the coconut? Come join me. We are coconut lovers here at this house. I'm gonna mix a little bit of coconut in the batter. So this is the one I put about a tablespoon of coconut. Okay, now I've got more coconut here and a little bit of whatever flavor jam you like. If you don't like jam, roll it in coconut and it'll be perfect. It toasts in the oven. The other thing you can use is Nutella. I don't know if you heard that, I'll say it louder, Nutella chocolate. It tastes amazing with the coconut, so you can also do that. We're gonna make a thumbprint, so I'll show you guys that. We're just gonna make the same thing. We're just rolling a little ball. I'm gonna dip this in coconut, and you're flattening it slightly as you put it in there. Okay, look at that. We're gonna put it right here on the tray. Now with my thumb, I'm actually just gonna make a little hole in the center. Just a little tiny hole. You can make a heart shape too if you wanna be fancy, but we don't have to worry about that. Okay, all I'm gonna do now is take about a 1/4 teaspoon of your favorite jam or Nutella, and you're gonna drop it right in the center. I'm gonna put a little bit more, I need the hole a little larger, and that's it. That's gonna bake just like that. Okay, the last recipe that we're gonna do is the tri-color Neapolitan swirl cookies, okay? They take a little bit of practice, but honestly, they taste amazing. So this one I put the red food color in. This is gonna give me a bit of a pink dough. I love the look of pink. If you want to make this taste like strawberry, use a couple of drops of strawberry extract if you have it, or even those dry powdered strawberries, they work amazing. So we're just going to work that into the dough. It just takes a minute to get all, look at that beautiful, oh my goodness, pink color. And of course my hands are getting all pink, but that's what washing hands are for. And we are all amazing at washing our hands after the last year we've had. All right guys, I've got that pink. Now we're going to mix with the cocoa powder. I'm gonna wipe my hands in between so I don't get pink all over this chocolate. I put about 1/2 tablespoon of cocoa powder in here, and we're just gonna mix this up. And it's gonna put the chocolate right in there. It's gonna taste like chocolate. You can make plain chocolate ones too if you like. My husband always takes these and bites off just the chocolate part and leaves the rest for everybody else to eat. Like honestly, who does that? He does. Okay, so we're just gonna mix that in there. It takes a second. And we'll just get that all mixed up in there. All right, and then I have one set of plain vanilla dough that I've left, and I'll show you how we're gonna swirl these, okay? So, I've got a little bit of plain here. We're gonna make tiny little balls, so about a teaspoon or so. Look at my hands have chocolate all over them. That's not gonna make for a good color. Let's wipe that off here, guys. Okay, so we're gonna take a small amount of the vanilla dough. All right, I don't know if you guys can see that, hopefully. And we're gonna take a small amount of the chocolate dough and put it right beside. And I'm gonna take a little bit of the pink. Okay, so we got that there. I'm gonna put all three in my hands and we're just gonna gently swirl. If your dough is too soft at this point, it's gonna mush all together. It'll still taste great, but if you wanna get a good swirl, you want your dough to be a little cooler. So if you need to, pop your dough in the fridge for about 5 to 10 minutes. That'll cool it down a little, making it easier to kind of roll. Also, if you didn't put enough flour, that's when you're gonna wanna add a little bit of flour. That's gonna help. So we're just gonna gently swirl these here. About 10 times. I'm holding my bottom palm firm and the top hand, I'm just rotating gently. Okay, and can you guys see that? So that's it, okay? It takes practice. I'm gonna do one more just so you can see. So one kind of chocolate there. We got one vanilla and a little bit of the pink, okay? We're gonna squeeze them together gently. Top hand is gonna rotate, and there you go. I'm putting them all on the same tray. I'm gonna have to slightly move them a bit. You want them about 2 inches apart. My tray is ready to bake, you guys. I'm putting them all, they bake at the same temperature. They bake for the same amount of minutes. You just add a couple of things and you're done. These are gonna go in the oven for about 17 to 20 minutes at 325. If you like your biscuit cookies harder, leave them in for a little longer. If you like them on the soft side, like me, you take them out around the 17-minute mark. I'm gonna throw these in the oven and then we're gonna take them out and do a taste test. Hi everyone, I'm back. I don't know about you, but I have a sugar rush from all of that sugar, from all of those sugar biscuit cookies that we dunked. But I'm ready to make something else, another special summer treat that's gonna be perfect for you to celebrate the Khushaali that's coming up with friends and family. The little ones are gonna love this one. Hey, I love it. I'm not little. I'm not gonna tell you how old I am, but let's just say I'm not little. We just need a couple of simple ingredients and we are gonna make a strawberry and vanilla, a fresh strawberry and vanilla milkshake. Top it with whipped cream and some sprinkles and you have an awesome treat. Are you guys ready? You need a blender, about 2 cups of fresh chopped strawberries. You can use frozen ones too, that's fine. We're just gonna throw them in the blender. I have about half a cup, slightly less maybe, half a cup of whipped cream. You can use heavy whipped cream, regular whipped cream. If you want, just use milk, it's totally fine. Whipped cream is better. Whipped cream makes everything taste better. Get whipped cream if you can get it. We're gonna throw that in there. I also like to use a couple of drops of red food coloring. It just makes the color extra pink. My daughter is super into pink right now for whatever reason, so everything is pink. She's gonna love this. What we need now, vanilla ice cream. If you wanna use strawberry ice cream for a little extra strawberry, go right ahead. I have about 2.5 cups of ice cream. It's kind of been at room temperature for a couple of minutes to make it a little bit soft. We're just gonna throw that in the blender. Whoop, clearly not soft enough because I got stuck right at the top. I'm gonna use my hands and just push that in, but they're clean, I promise. All right, blend this up. Let's see if I can get the lid on the blender. I usually can't. Nope, see? Second try. Boom, I got it. Okay, we're gonna blend this up for a couple of minutes and then we're gonna make the magic happen. Okay, the blender's not on. Let's try that again. Okay, now that that's all blended, we're gonna pour them into our glasses, top with some sprinkles, and you're good. This makes about 2 or 3 servings. Look at that, you guys. Fresh strawberry and vanilla milkshake. It took us 2 minutes to blend that, and that's it, we're done. We're gonna pop those in the glasses. All right, this is where the fun happens. I love whipped cream, so I like to go crazy. Up, let's go. There we go. Maybe a little extra. Add some festive sprinkles. We're just gonna put those on top. Top it with a strawberry or 2. And let's drink. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. You guys have to try this. It took 3 minutes to make and it's delicious. I have a whipped cream from the top. It's amazing. The color's a little festive too, don't you think, for Khushaali? But strawberry and cream milkshake, make it. Khushaali Mubarak, everyone. Thank you so much again for joining me in my kitchen. I need some more. I hope you had fun and I can't wait to see you try these amazing treats out.